Hello, I'm Chip Jones, and welcome back to Okarga Farms here in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, where, can you believe it, we're getting ready for Christmas already. It just seems like we turned around 2 weeks ago and we were putting pumpkins out, but Christmas is always a fun time for us here at the farm as we try to get the animals ready for colder weather. We're putting some of the plants to bed. We've actually been planting tulips over the last couple of weeks, trying to get all of those in. We have about 5,000 apricot emperor tulips that we planted. And now we're trying to get all the Christmas greenery decorated and put up around the house before it's Christmas time. I think we're just a week or so out from Christmas, but it is a fun time of the year for us where we can kind of slow down just a little bit and enjoy being at home, sitting in front of the fire. But the last few days it's been really nice, so we've been trying to get out and do our exterior decorating here on at the house. So one of the things we really like to do is we like to plant things in the landscape that we can harvest from, that we can add embellishments to the decor around the property. As you can see here at the entrance to the sidewalk of the home, we've added a lot of mixed greens. We typically take a faux base, which is nice and hardwired. We put it at the bottom of whatever we're working on, and then we just add natural greens that we've cut around the property or we've actually brought from the nursery as well. As you see here at these concrete fruit baskets, which I love, that we got from Unique Stone in North Carolina, and we carry out at the nursery, we've surrounded it with all kinds of different mixed greens, things such as holly, pine, and juniper, which we cut here at the property. The possum holly or ilex, ours didn't perform that well this year, so we actually got this from the floral wholesaler, but it's so pretty and nice and full, it's hard to beat, and just look at all the color it gives. And then of course adding nice punches of color with the red velvet ribbon, and then we have faux and real apples in this arrangement as well. If it remains cool throughout the Christmas season, these will last for weeks and weeks, and we can actually take them on into the new year. But we really can't go a Christmas season without trying to decorate, because we love to show some of the fun things that we do out at the nursery, and I love going to harvest things off of all the things that we grow here around the property. So now we're just going to take you around and show you a few things around the farm, show you a few areas where we went in and harvested some of the greenery, and then we'll come back and I'll show you some fun places where we've actually added the greenery and some of the embellishments around the house. And here we are back at the front of the house, and I guess this is our big wow that we always try to do because there's just too many areas to cover. But if you have a great impact at the front door, because this is really where all the guests come in through the holidays, we really like to kind of blow this out. On the wreath, again, I do like to use a faux base wreath. It's just kind of nice because a lot of the greens, you can actually bend the wire in the faux greenery to then wrap around live greenery to bring the wreath actually to life a little bit more, and also add more fragrance and add these fun embellishments. So to the center of the wreath, we added one of these willow deer heads, which we actually sell out at the nursery, but I think we're already sold out this season. We added that to the center and then just built everything around that. I don't like to put nails in my door, so what we actually do is stretch a ribbon to the top and just put a flat head thumbtack up there, and that holds the wreath. You can move it up and down to kind of find just the perfect height, and then we build everything on top of that. This year, of course, we've added fun pine, magnolia from the property. Here's even some nandina, which has this great tint of red on the tips of the greens, and then we added these faux berries, faux apples, because sometimes if you have real apples in a wreath, it makes it a little too heavy. And then we added this fun velvet and plaid ribbon. I have to have my plaid each year. And then just adding unique things can make it a little different. You can always use the same base, but with different ribbons, different embellishments, it'll always be just a little bit different. And then of course, around the front door, this is probably our big wow for the year for sure. We had our faux garland base. We ran a couple of supporting wires up and over the arbor. And then we just added fresh greenery all the way around. Again, growing things on your property that you can go out and harvest, it keeps the costs down. And then if you need more, you can always go out and cut more. So it's just a real smart thing to do if you're going to do your own decorating for Christmas. I mean, why not go out and use things that you've actually grown and can enjoy throughout the year? Some fun things though that we've done this year is we bought these fun metal bells that we've kind of scattered, which has been kind of a nice accent that brings out a little more light. Sometimes if you just have greenery, it can get a little dark, especially when it's up against a doorway that's kind of blocked. So adding the punches of the white bells and then accents of these fun gingerbread men were actually made out of a wood and they're whitewashed. And then these white accents of eucalyptus pods. These are the seed pods to a eucalyptus that we've added. And then, of course, more of our beautiful red velvet ribbon and the plaid as well. Adds just such a fun mix of color. Again, the key is to add layers and layers. And the more you go, the more depth it gets, the more lush it gets. And if you will, please look at the top. I think this is my favorite part this year. We've really added some fun branches that we've collected here at the property. Again, more ribbon, and just kind of made it fun and whimsical as well. Adding more branches of pine, boxwood, magnolia, and pine cones. I mean, this will look good throughout the entire season and something we can enjoy actually into the new year. And then here on the trellises, if you can remember back to my first video where we had these beautiful containers filled with asparagus fern and tropical plumbago. Of course, those went away with the first frost, but this is a fun way to decorate them for Christmas. We actually used fresh garland here. We wrapped around a deluxe mix garland from the nursery, added embellishments of magnolia, and then at the bottom kind of made a big explosion again of greens, apples, pine cones, and beautiful velvet ribbon as well. Again, just growing things around the property that you can harvest from, it really keeps the costs down and actually go out and add more and more of what you need without having to run to the store or run somewhere else to spend more money. So I encourage you to kind of go to your local garden center, talk to them, let them know what you're looking for maybe a particular place of your landscape, but also remember, look for things that are evergreen that you can harvest in the wintertime, and certainly things that you could use for Christmas decorating during this season each year. course, this time of the year, I do like to get outside and enjoy the nice, cool weather. We don't always have cool winters anymore here in Oklahoma, so I like to remember to decorate all spaces around the house that we could still kind of get out and use during the winter season. This year, we've brought in some new plants to the screen porch, including this spiral cut wintergreen boxwood. And then for Christmas, we've surrounded it with all kinds of different greens. We have the ilex, the possum haw, magnolia, things like nandina and pine, which we cut throughout the property. You don't always have to go out and buy everything. It's a great time to have certain shrubs and trees in your landscape that you could actually go outside and just harvest yourself, bring in, and look what a glorious container this makes. And it's, depending on the weather, this can last for many, many weeks throughout the entire winter season. And why stop at containers right up against the door? Went ahead and added even more greenery to our containers here throughout the screen porch. These galvanized troughs are just a great size. They're not so big that they're blocking the view. You can still see the garden, but just look at the warmth that they bring to the porch this time of year. And of course, I like to add a little bit extra color along with the greenery. We've added apples and again the possum haw and even these huge sugar pine cones that just make such a statement this time of year. So don't forget about these spaces this time of year. You know, if they're decorated, you will get out and you'll try to enjoy them just a little bit more. And I also like to do just kind of small little gardenscapes on the porch as well in my containers. This one we've added some things such as the winterberry, which is up front, which has this beautiful red foliage and red berries. And then fun things like the lemon cypress, the dwarf Alberta spruce, which has been flocked for the winter season. And then Bitsy enjoys smelling the pine this time of year. And again, I had this wooden gingerbread man that I added too, just to add some whimsy, something fun. And again, something that you would enjoy looking at throughout the winter season. And of course, something easy that you can add is red apples. So inexpensive, and just look at that pop of color that they add this time of year. Again, just a simple, single, flocked dwarf Alberta spruce, and look at just the statement it makes all on its own. And you know, I don't always like to add bright colors to these winterscape pots. Look at this one in these beautiful just shades of green and white. We added lemon cypress and also again the dwarf Alberta spruce that's been flocked, and then I just added a few sprigs of magnolia and boxwood, and it dresses the porch up. It's so easy. These plants actually like a little bit of a cooler temperature, so it's perfect to use them on the porch this time of year. Unless you get just a really cold blast, these will actually last throughout the entire winter season. Let's go. Bitsy, just look at the planters out here, all the beautiful color. Of course, I like to decorate even different areas that you don't expect this time of year, and here just outside the screen porch, we've added things just like simple apples to our boxwood topiary, just adding a bright color with some mixed greens of the magnolia, and then these beautiful planters which typically have all kinds of summer annuals. We've used the ilex or the possum haw and just punctuated them and adding color with the nandina and the apples. It makes such a beautiful color, and again, it's something that lasts for weeks and weeks throughout the winter season. Well, this next year is going to be really fun. We're going to start bringing you a few more videos throughout the year and show you a little bit more about the life around here. Many of you we don't get to see during the Christmas season, so we wanted to share a little bit of what we do so that you can see what life is like here in Oklahoma. So because Christmas is just around the corner, we've got to get busy, and as you can see, Bitsy and I still have a wagon full of greenery. We're going to head down to the barn and the chicken house and actually add a little Christmas cheer to those structures as well. And remember, if you liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me, the Preppy Gardener, and we look forward to seeing you in 2024.